Empires this week has just started and everyone has uploaded their videos. Besides Joey, there always is one, there always is. So let's get into the day 1 recap. This time it is all new empires, new stories, new adventure and new lore to explore and delve into. From last season, all of the members are the same except for that Pearl is gone and has been replaced by a full Symmetry. But what do we know so far? We know that Pixelriffs is going to be the world's storyteller, revealing and discovering the past, also by giving players something to look at with ruins, relics, dungeons and other cool stuff as well related. His main area though is in the savannah and around spawn. If participating in other people's videos, he would either be considered an archaeologist or a historian. To fit this, a skin change made him fit the role even more. Afterwards, we have a GeminiTay, who this season is a princess whose empire is revolved around the sun, meaning a great opportunity to be using a variety of bright, never really used blocks by her. Her star base resembles that or something that could fit in an old kingdom of sorts, with some colourful roofs just for fun, rustic of sorts. But remember, the ocean is important as well. From Mythical Sausage, we learn that each empire is in charge of a specific export, likely I assume to the environment that they are in. Sausage will be in charge of wood exports. In his own empire, it would be called Sanctuary, which is in the jungle biome. This style will be based off of Disney's Encanto, whose style will start at home, and eventually entire empire. But who is listening, best not to know, as his origins isn't a good place, never going back, losing a lot of family and friends, and will find those who are still lost, but first need to make a refuge. Safety needs to be built first. An accident has happened and Katherine is going to move. But what is it? Well, she was born a princess, village is destroyed, but same day earthquake happens, splitting the kingdom, destroying it. People blamed her for it, calling her cursed, but she wanted to prove them wrong, but had to in secret, being the only child of King and Queen, who would ground her if they found out what she was truly doing. She was monster slaying, it being her mission to kill them all and to restore the light. But everyone fled, so she has to rebuild her empire all on her own. Cat beside her. First building is a white walled and crimson roofed starter base. Emerging the campfire alive with a jewelhead, Lizzie this time will actually be on land, a birch biome to be exact. She would be building 10 for herself, a sheep and a fox to automatically kill chickens, for food of course. Hunting some unique citizens, she goes to a jungle, getting parrots and stealing a panda cub from its mother, only for it to die by a creeper almost at the campsite. This would be painful for her as it took so long to get, so to commemorate she builds a more safer lost panda trail, making the empire already corrupt, using all the iron the empire had for lanterning the place. She would also decorate the area with parrots. Just like parrots, the Maester also has a variety of colours, which is where Solidarity will be based this season, as the Sheriff, making his theme the Wild Wild West. A good Sheriff needs resources, so he sets up his base at his border, near a savannah village. He would also get resources from Sausage, giving him spruce and sapling counterparts being teased beforehand. In exchange, when Sausage may need terracotta, he can just go to Jimmy. Fitting to his theme, he builds a wagon, but wants a saddle so he can acquire a best bud. Our new member, Full Symmetry, would always wake up in a cold sweat, wondering where she was, only to be in her own home, until waking up in an unknown forest. She thought that she was still dreaming, or had sleepwalked there, or teleported there by her dreams. Smelling burning, she wanted to find the source, so she walked and walked until night to find its source. Finding a campfire, she stayed in a nearby cave until sunrise. Listening to those having a meeting around a campfire, she deemed them friendly enough to interact with, so she went to talk. Her base this season will be made up a mountain with a stone pillar behind the entrance, so she can do what she does best, making machines and flying. But what she doesn't know is herself, who everyone else is, and what her relationship is to them, and who she is to them. On the other hand, unlike the current foals, Scott is going to be colourful, quirky, eccentric, confident, and not afraid to stand out from everyone else, while also collecting many things. So whatever just appears in the world may fascinate him, same with the llama who he promised best friendship to. Unlike the Sheriff, Scott is able to easily find many saddles in a desert temple while also collecting resources there. Not only saddles, he was also able to find a golden apple. He would also go to the nether to get both nether woods so he can use them in his roof. Well, then after completing, he confirmed that in the future he will do a mega build. Something which isn't typically associated with being colourful is caves, which is where Whip is located this season as a goblin. Before finding his base location, he was able to get a goat horn, an enchanted golden apple, and a diamond. He was also able to free some allays from a pillager outpost. But while making his space in the caves, he stumbles upon a stronghold where the portal had already been opened. Having this not being able to happen naturally, he goes and asks everyone he knows on the server and if they have been to the end or not, but all responses would have been a variant of a no. So what he does is go and ask them to come with him to the portal to slay the dragon and what is going on. They come, and eventually, after finding the portal room, everyone jumps in only to find out that the dragon was nowhere to be seen, leaving the group with more questions than any answers. A witch with a last chance is Trouble, this season almost being late for a train to a new area, the deemed worst area, a mangrove forest, and if not proving herself after this, she would be banned from using magic ever again. She called this area Evermore, and after sprouting her house, a wild pirate Joey Graceffa is noticed hiding between the trees. Having now been trusted by him for not associating with the skeletons, it is then realised that he had been stranded. Farewell he goes after she leads him to a river which would hopefully lead him to an ocean. Someone that she wanted to find, however, was a tailor, so that they could make her a witch's hat. Fortunately, the first building she stumbles upon has a tailor in it, Katherine, who will make her a witch's hat. Until then, other witch stuff she has is a toad named Tortoise, a comforting mangrove sapling as a makeshift wand, and a mailbox. It is a fresh start and it is going well. What hadn't gone well, however, is the fate of the past Mazalian king, dying from seeing his base being cut in half and the fact of him being too cool. But what isn't cool is being the first to die during the after campfire brawl. Being the tall, strong, scared of caves, but not Warden Man himself, goes to the Nether for quartz, asserting dominance by killing the local children, and then himself being killed by their parents several times. Lots of levels being lost for only 8 blocks of quartz. To get more quartz, he aims to get fortune 3 on his pickaxe. Peer pressure though gets him a weird sounding horn. But what isn't weird is his magical fountain, which will be in the centre of his empire, making a wish he wants to be tall, strong, jumping in, then coming out as if he were in ancient Greece. But it is not enough for him. He does the same things again, but adding sexy, acquiring a beard, canonically being tall. It is now confirmed he's 11 foot tall. But what if he puts something else in the fountain? Well...
Whoa. Oh my gosh. What's happening? Lord, wow.
Thank you for watching Empire's Recap Day 1, my first ever recap video. Hope it helps you understand Empire's Day 1 without having to watch everyone's perspective. Like and subscribe to instantly get notified of my next recap. Goodbye.